Hey guys, this is Cyber Made Simple, Sinister Cyber. Let's get into it. Imagine waking up one day to find that the social media accounts of your favorite news outlets have been hacked, with bizarre and alarming messages being posted. This is exactly what happened when the Syrian Electronic Army launched their infamous cyber attacks. So what's the story behind this shadowy group? The Syrian Electronic Army first emerged around 2011 during the early stages of the Syrian civil war. They claimed to be loyal supporters of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, aiming to counter the anti-Assad narrative propagated by international media and opposition groups. But their methods were anything but conventional. Instead of fighting with guns and tanks, the Syrian Electronic Army took to the internet. They hacked websites, social media accounts, and online services of organizations they believed were against the Syrian government. But their targets weren't just limited to news outlets. They also went after tech giants, government institutions, and even human rights organizations. So, who exactly were these cyber warriors, and how did they manage to pull off these high-profile attacks? The Syrian Electronic Army was shrouded in mystery, with its members remaining anonymous. What we do know is that they had a sophisticated understanding of hacking techniques and social engineering. Social engineering, by the way, is a fancy term for manipulating people into divulging confidential information or performing actions that would compromise security. And the Syrian Electronic Army were masters of this dark art. One of their most notable attacks occurred in April 2013 when they hacked the Associated Press's Twitter account. The Syrian Electronic Army posted a fake tweet claiming that there had been explosions at the White House and that President Obama was injured. The result? The stock market briefly plunged, wiping out billions of dollars in value before the hoax was exposed. But this was just one of many high-profile attacks. The Syrian Electronic Army's repertoire included hacking the websites of the New York Times, Twitter, and even the Washington Post. In these attacks, they didn't just post fake news. They often defaced websites, redirecting visitors to their own pages filled with pro-Assad propaganda. These acts were not just pranks. They were calculated moves aimed at discrediting the opposition and manipulating public perception. The Syrian Electronic Army often used phishing emails to trick employees into giving up their login credentials. These emails were cleverly disguised to look like they came from trusted sources, making it easy for even the most security-conscious individuals to be fooled. Once the Syrian Electronic Army had access, they could post fake news, deface websites, and cause chaos. Another notable attack was on the recruitment website for the United States Marine Corps in 2013. They posted messages urging soldiers to refuse orders and desert their posts, furthering their psychological warfare efforts. This showed their ability to not only disrupt digital services, but also attempt to influence real-world actions and morale. Their reach wasn't limited to just the digital world. The Syrian Electronic Army was also known for its psychological warfare tactics. By spreading fear, uncertainty, and doubt, they aimed to undermine the credibility of their targets and sow confusion. The Syrian Electronic Army also demonstrated a knack for timing their attacks to maximize impact. For example, during major news events or political crises, they would strike, ensuring that their messages reached a wide and often panicked audience. This strategic timing amplified the effects of their hacks, causing more significant disruptions and garnering more attention. One particularly chilling tactic involved targeting individuals. Journalists, activists, and opposition figures often found themselves on the receiving end of the Syrian Electronic Army's attacks. Personal information was stolen and published, and their online accounts were taken over. These attacks were not just about silencing dissent, but also about intimidation and retribution. The Syrian Electronic Army's methods were diverse and constantly evolving. They didn't rely solely on phishing attacks. They also used malware, denial-of-service attacks, and sophisticated exploit techniques. This adaptability made them a formidable adversary and highlighted the growing complexity of cyber warfare. Their impact on international perceptions of the Syrian conflict was significant. By hacking and defacing prominent websites, the Syrian Electronic Army sought to control the narrative and paint a different picture of the situation in Syria. This wasn't just about technical prowess. It was about information warfare and the battle for hearts and minds. The Syrian Electronic Army also had a significant financial impact. Businesses targeted by their attacks face not only the immediate disruption but also the cost of recovery, loss of customer trust, and potential legal ramifications. For instance, when they hacked the Financial Times in 2013, it wasn't just a hit to the newspaper's reputation. It also had financial consequences, as they had to invest in enhanced security measures and damage control. Their attacks extended beyond traditional media and government targets. In 2013, they hacked into Microsoft's Twitter accounts and the official Skype blog, posting messages that accused Microsoft of spying on users and selling data to governments. This showed that no company, regardless of size or influence, was immune to their reach. The international response to the Syrian Electronic Army's activities was varied. While some countries condemned their actions and took steps to enhance their cybersecurity defenses, others were more cautious, perhaps wary of the geopolitical implications. The Syrian Electronic Army's activities highlighted the need for global cooperation in combating cyber threats and protecting critical infrastructure. The Syrian Electronic Army's activities also sparked debates about the ethics and legality of hacktivism. While some viewed their actions as a form of digital protest against perceived injustices, others saw them as criminal acts that endangered lives and disrupted essential services. This debate continues today, reflecting the complex and often contentious nature of cyber warfare. Now you might be wondering, what's the status of the Syrian Electronic Army today? Well, their activities have significantly dwindled since their peak in the early 2010s. Increased international pressure and improved cybersecurity measures have made it harder for them to operate. But the legacy of their attacks lives on, serving as a stark reminder of the power and reach of cyber warfare. So what can we learn from the Syrian Electronic Army? First, it's a wake-up call about the importance of cybersecurity. Whether you're a large corporation or an individual, being vigilant and informed about the latest cyber threats is crucial. Second, it shows the impact that even a small group of determined hackers can have on a global scale. And lastly, it underscores the importance of critical thinking and verifying information before accepting it as truth. Now I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever encountered a phishing email? How do you protect yourself online? Drop your thoughts and tips in the comments below. And if you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Cyber Made Simple for more deep dives into the world of cyber attacks. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious.